Shout out to Elite Forklifts and Access Equipment. They're your go-to for short and long-term rentals on forklifts and access machines. Plus, they handle all the servicing, maintenance and delivery too. They also supply portable toilets and showers for events and construction.
Also, if you mention the High Speed Garage podcast when you call, you will get a 10% discount on hire and transport. So for all your equipment and amenity needs, remember Elite Forklifts and Access Equipment. And don't forget the High Speed Garage discount.
Hi, I'm Joel from Sydney, Australia, and I'm one of the mechanics on For Bar Tech.
Oh, shit. Send it through.
Everybody out there! I want to know who wants to go fast? Let's go one day.
Welcome back to the High Speed Garage. Thanks to Elite Forklifts and Access Equipment, Contrast Printing, and Chops Anodizing for keeping the garage open. You can tell Joel's still not here. He's still overseas.
What do you mean?
Getting
I thought
fat.
that was a great Joel impersonation.
And we have a special guest. Well, she's probably not really a special guest. She's a regular. Chelsea's back with some more F1 goss. How you going, Chelsea?
Yeah, good. Good to be back, guys. Been a big long weekend down at the Koori Knockout at Tamworth, and
Oh, yeah, that's right.
now ready to get into F1.
I didn't know you was much of a football fan.
Well, I'm not, see, and that's kind of what makes it so entertaining. Well, I wasn't, but you know what? That was some really good footy.
You enjoyed it.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I didn't think I would. I was there for work.
Yeah.
I was working a stall, so I didn't get to watch much of the footy on the first 2 days. But I went and watched a few of the finals on Saturday Arvo, and I was into it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I was into it.
Is it like a bit of a stadium?
Not really. It's like
Just a little grandstand or something?
little grandstands. But it's huge. Like, they get about 10,000 people in a day.
Yeah, right.
They have 4 different fields playing all at once for the men's, women's, and children's comp. And the men's finals, and you know what? There's something about footy where they're allowed to actually throw punches at each other. That's pretty good. And I know that's not all that the Koori Knockout is. I'm not trying to brand it as that, but there were some good fights. Proper.
Everyone likes a good fight.
Oh, yeah. Even the women were getting into it, and I was like, this is great. Like,
some of the NRL games, you just wish someone had just smacked someone in the mouth one time, just because it'd stop a lot of shit. You get all the little blokes that want to pick on the big blokes because they're not going to get hit, but if they just got smacked in the mouth every once and now and then, it wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen.
Yeah, well, I think an NRL star at last year's event actually did get knocked out.
Yeah, okay. Was there many up there this year?
Many NRL players? Yeah, there was a couple. I think one team had 3 NRL players on it.
Yeah, right.
And I'm not in. I don't really follow the footy, so I couldn't tell. Latrell Mitchell was on my flight. He sat behind me on the flight.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know who he was.
Did you get his autograph?
No, but I did I did let my husband know because he's a big Bunnies fan.
Oh, yeah, right.
So, he was there, and a couple of people from my team, brought him over to the tent, and he took a few photos and stuff, but. No, lots of NRL people there and lots of good footy, and now it's been won by the Newcastle Yowies, so we'll be somewhere up the coast next year, luckily. A bit easier for me to get accommodation up the coast than it will be than what it was at Tamworth. So
might try and have a go myself and go watch next year if
it's good footy. Close. It is good footy. Yeah.
It sounds like old school rough footy.
It is.
Yeah. Reggie's footy.
Yeah, and they do 2 20-minute halves, all of the footy, and then once they get into semi-finals, they do 30s, and then grand final, they do a full 40-minute.
Yeah, okay.
Each half, so a full
and
game.
That's over the whole weekend.
Yeah, over the entire weekend. They had 170 teams in the KO this year, so it's pretty massive.
Yeah,
that was the biggest one they've ever had.
Yeah, right.
That was televised as well, wasn't it?
Yep, it's live on NITV every year, streamed, and you can watch it on socials and stuff as well.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Bloody awesome. So you had a good weekend then?
Had a fantastic week. Surprised myself. Had a really fantastic weekend. And even then watched the NRL Grand Final because I was so into footy by that point.
I watched that too.
Didn't have a choice, did you?
No, not really.
I was cheering with the result of that, all the day's results, because I put a multi on a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if I said about it last week, for the 3 Brisbanes to win their grand final. So the Brisbane Lions to win the AFL, the Brisbane women's team and the men's team. And they all pulled it off, so I turned $20 into $400.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Not
I
going
would
to
have
say no to
thought.
that.
I would have actually thought the odds would be better on like picking 3 individual scores to get the actual payout. I actually thought the payout would have been bigger.
Yeah, considering the 2 NRL teams were like a week out, so they had to win 2 games for the bet to come
They
off.
still weren't guaranteed to start.
Yeah, you'd think you would have got a little bit better odds, but I suppose it's down to 4 teams and they've got a 50-50 shot of getting there, I guess.
Yeah, well, that was a decent Sunday afternoon, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And
I
what
had a
they
good
pull
time.
off the win by in the end, it was,
I think it was only 2 points.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was
It wasn't
close.
much, yeah.
Yeah.
And the same at the KO, it was a field goal that won them.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I reckon that's the best way to finish a game.
It was
Oh, it's
incredible.
If for entertainment, absolutely.
Imagine the stress on the field, though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
But that's what you're doing it for. Like
Yep.
if you have a runaway game, yeah, it's probably a bit easier on your body. But if your game just runs away, it's just you just running the clock out, aren't you?
Well, when it's like that, that's when you see like the really good players. They shine. Like during a runaway game, you don't see how good players actually are. But yeah, when it's close, you can really tell how good they are when they get those moments under all the pressure. And yeah, what did you get up for the weekend, Hayden?
I had a cracking Saturday. Took the kids into the city on the new metro line. I call it the new metro line, but
it's been there for years.
yeah, it's been there for years. It feels like a brand new train though. All the stations are slick. Like you can't even jump out in front of a train anymore.
Yeah. Did you sit at the front or the back or the middle?
On the way into the city, so we got in at what's the
Tallawong?
Tallawong? Yeah, it's bloody. It's been there for years, but it's still a weird name.
Yeah.
So yeah, we started at Tallawong, so there was no one on the train. So the kids got to stand at the front of the train, and there is no driver, no nothing. I thought there was at least someone at the front of the train. It's all passengers. So the kids all just stood at the front window, and we could watch. And I've like through my work, I'd done a heap of work on all the bridges, and not on the bridges, on the machines that work on the bridges. So I was accessing the site at random times. And all the tunnels and stuff like that. Like you go into a station and it's a completely different hole to where I was a couple of years ago. I've got photos of being in the Bella Vista hole and working on concrete trucks there. And you just look up and it's just an empty chasm. And now it's this built up, slick, European style bloody station. Like,
yeah.
So that metro line's bloody awesome. Anyway, I took the kids in the city and took them off, got off at Barangaroo and walked around the ferry wharf, got on the ferry and went and met my little sister up for lunch in Manly. It was mostly a day on public transport, but mate, it's just filled the
super
whole
easy
day.
though,
It's so good. I think we spent $20 each on tickets. Like it's just
I
it's
work
cheap as.
regularly over like Manly Northern Beaches way, and if someone's not working at school holidays or something like that, I'll ring the missus and say, look, I'm here. Just jump on the train with the kids and get a ferry over to Manly. I'll pick you up and we'll have lunch and go to the beach and do whatever. Do that all the time when
It's
I'm
a mad
working
day.
over there.
Yeah,
And yeah, it's just super easy
awesome
for
day.
them to get there.
Yeah.
Where'd you go for lunch?
Just as you get off at the Manly ferry, you walk up along the causeway and then the whatever it's called. The
Which way coming out of the ferry terminal?
No, we
Left
just
or right?
walked up just before you get to Guzman and you go around right around the walkway.
Yeah.
And there's like this mad bar there on the corner. It's been there for years and years.
Yeah, okay.
So you just sit there and look over where the ferries come in.
Yeah, right.
Bloody beautiful spot. Had some oysters and burger and shit like that.
A bit round the corner. I think it's a rowing club.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think Pink got fucking kicked out of there. Or didn't
Oh,
get
good.
kicked out, but I don't think they were going to let her in or something because she didn't have the right dress code or some shit on.
Idiots.
And someone's like, do you know who that is? And old mate, the waiter's like, nah.
So I ended up going back to the Opera House and kids got some photos in front of that. Like it's all shit that I've seen on TV and learnt about in school, but to actually have them seen in front of them was bloody awesome.
Be in there and see it.
Yeah. And then Sunday, I took the kids up to Katoomba to go and have a look at the Three Sisters.
Jeez, you've been both directions.
Well, yeah, I sort of stuffed up though. we went to Katoomba. I'm used to just going to that, the cable car
The
joint,
scenic thing, yeah.
Scenic World. I'm used to just turning up and just buying
school
tickets
holidays.
there. My God, it was a dumb decision.
Yeah.
We were there at 9 o'clock. Like, it opens at 9:30, and I thought, okay, well, that'll be fine. Like, we'll get there early and get a couple of tickets. They said, don't even bother, mate. We're not taking any walk-ins. It's all online. And I looked online, and the first ticket's like 1:30 when we were there at 9. So I said, oh, well, looks like you're going to see them, but you're not going to...
From a distance.
Yeah, you're not going to go on
Did
a
you go
cable
do
car.
one of the bushwalks or something instead around at the lookout? Or
No, I said fuck it and took him to Bathurst.
Oh, did you?
And then got to Bathurst and the track's closed.
Yeah,
Oh
well,
my
yeah.
God.
Yeah, only because it was just a day of just getting the kids out. I just wanted to take them and see shit.
They didn't really get out there. They sat in the car all day.
No, we got out the Bathurst music. No, we took them to all around the walkway around the Three Sisters. You know, you get to the end of the main road and you've got a big lookout area.
Yeah.
So we spent an hour and a half there looking around. And then when we took them to Bathurst, took them through the museum, the Bathurst Museum. That's awesome. There's some bloody cool cars there. Chaz Mostert's binned Falcon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They've got the Kostecki's bloody GT3, what do you call it? Gen 3 car sitting on display.
Yeah,
The one
okay.
that he drove at Eastern Creek the start of the year.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool, really, because like I'd taken the kids to Eastern Creek for the first event this year, and then I sort of walked up to the car and said, girls, you watch this car racing at the start of the year. So that got them a little bit more interested in what was going on. And then, old mate said no go on the drive around the track. So we ended up going to the pub. There's a joint in Bathurst called Reckless Brewery. They sponsor a few different podcasts. I couldn't find old mate that owns the joint, and I was going to try and get a bit of sponsorship from here, but didn't happen.
maybe next time.
Yeah,
You'll follow the 6 Ps and you'll be all right.
the 6 Ps.
Prior preparation prevents poor performance.
Yes. I've never been known for good preparation though. I'm usually farting around with things at the last minute trying to get to an event. So that's just how I roll. And look, there was not one regret from the weekend. It was bloody
good.
awesome. Yeah, really had a good time.
All right. Let's get into some sport.
Fucking meow.
Meow. All right, so we'll talk about F1 because we've got the F1 guru on site.
Am I self-appointed?
Uh,
Would you call me a self-appointed expert?
Yes, self-appointed expert we're going to go with.
Good choice of words.
Perfect. I'll leave this with you, Chelsea.
Well, we'll start off with F1 Academy because we don't really want to talk about what happened with the F1 in Singapore. Well, I don't.
Not yet.
Well, just a brief little update there is with the Aussies that we mentioned at the start of the season. Joanne's currently tracking 14th with 8 points in her Drivers' Championship, and Ava is tracking in 16th with 5 points. She did injure herself, though, prior to Singapore and didn't get to race there. So they've just got one more race coming up in Vegas. Ava was kind of on and up, I thought, before her injury. So, look, we might see something out of that. If you've got time, Vegas is usually at a good time for us because it's at the middle of the night for them. I think it's a late evening one for us. It's not too bad.
Yep.
So, check it out if you've got time. Don't forget to tune into the F1 Academy as well as the F1 because see what the Aussie girls can do in their last round.
Yeah, just on the F1 Academy, there's a local girl from around here. I can't pronounce the last name, but Paige Redats.
Something like that.
She's been the Australian ladies karting champion, and she's preparing for her debut Formula 4 race in India in I don't know when, but it's coming up very shortly, and she's trying to make her way into the F1 Academy as well. So
yeah, so we'll stay tuned on that. We'll see how she goes. It looks like we did a bit of research before, and it looks like she's been racing F4 for a little while in Australia. But this is the first time she's travelling overseas for it, and
Hopefully
looking to
she
get
goes
herself
well.
at an F1 Academy seat. But
if anyone listens has a contact for her, put her in contact with us, and we'll get her on, and
have you on?
We'll help spread her journey and how she's going about it.
Yeah, it sounds like it'd be a good chat. But then, Singapore, hey?
Yeah, it was
A bit went on.
a bit annoying.
A bit went on, didn't it? And yeah, like I said, big weekend with the footy, so I was pretty knackered, but I did force myself to stay awake for the race. And it was just me sitting in my Airbnb waiting for the rest of my staff to get back from a big night out.
So you didn't go on the night
I
out?
didn't go on the night out because I had to get home to watch the F1s. I knew they wouldn't make it back in time, so I had to get myself set up. And I did, and I got in, I got set up, and what was it, corner 2, lap 1, and I'm going, fuck. You've got to be kidding.
So when they come back, did you get up them because you was in a shit mood?
Oh, yeah. And the next morning, too, they even said, how are you going? And I said, I don't think I want to talk to anyone, probably for the rest of the year, if I'm honest. Because I just have a bad feeling that this is the start of something not so great for Oscar. And that's not in terms of his driving ability. I don't think he gets rattled easily, and I think he's no drama being overtaken by Lando. But I think the events that played out after the Grand Prix, with regards to his actions and his decisions, might reflect poorly on him. I agree with all of them. I stand behind everything that he did after the race. I think it was all... Someone has to stick it to the man at some point.
Yeah, we said that in an earlier episode. He just needs to bite his tongue at the moment until it gets kind of close to the end of the thing. Because if he pulls the trigger on being an arse too early, they'll fuck his car up and he won't get nowhere.
Right, and this is all hearsay and conspiracy theories and whatever, but I don't like McLaren. There's something going on there.
It's not hard to have a couple of seconds extra in a pit stop.
Yep, it's not.
Like we just seen with Lando the other week, and they made him give that position back.
Yeah, and then we
they
did
could
see
easily
in
just be
Singapore,
Oscar.
after Oscar complained on the radio, Lando then got to decide when Oscar pitted. Fucking bizarre concept.
What a ridiculous conversation.
Bizarre. Why? You should not be... your drivers are two separate people, and I'm hoping that now... So those that haven't been following along, McLaren have won the Constructors' Championship now. It doesn't matter what they do for the rest of the year. It's theirs. They've locked it in. So they'll be done with papaya rules. We won't hear about that call over the team radio again. And they need to stop talking to both drivers about what's going on with the other driver.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
It's bizarre. It's actually insanity that they have this, would you feel better if you pitted and this sort... It doesn't fucking matter. Like, you've got a strategist that's sitting there.
Let the people behind the computers make
Do they have one for both cars, or do they have two?
They have the one head of strategy, but each driver will have their own strategy going into the race, which will be not the same as one another. But they have one person that's guided them on the overall strategy of what they think will be best for the race. But both of them have their own little things that go on pending.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
But they're not having conversations as though that's the case.
Yeah.
Would you prefer to pit before Oscar, or what the fuck is that?
Yeah,
Who
no.
pit him
Fuck
when
that.
Leave him out of it.
and that's not to say anything against Lando either. Like,
Do you
pit
ask-
Lando when you think it's best to pit fucking Lando, and pit Oscar when it's best to fucking pit
Yeah.
him. It should have nothing to do with each other.
I don't understand why he's got
do you
the
ask
choice
Ferrari
on the
when
racetrack.
Lewis is pitting, or do you ask fucking Mercedes when George is pitting, or
100%. Like, I don't remember in Lewis's run when he was in Mercedes, I don't remember them asking what he wanted to do with Valtteri. Everyone knew there was a number 1 and a number 2, but
I will say I've seen a reel come up on Bookface today, and it was about Lewis being asked about letting Valtteri get past him for something, and Lewis just smiled and he said, "Why are you asking me to do that? Like, of course I'm not going to do that."
yeah.
Like, why is Oscar getting railroaded? Why is Oscar letting himself getting railroaded when he's got someone like Mark Webber behind him in his corner? I'm very surprised that Mark's actually letting this shit happen.
Well, and I think that's why he's flipped his shit, and he hasn't. We say he's flipped his shit. It's Oscar Piastri. He doesn't. He doesn't blow up. His version of a blow up is pretty calm.
yeah?
But the swapping of positions when they fuck strategies, all this stuff is all whatever. But I think when you bring it down to facts, in Australia, the Grand Prix this year, they gave strict instruction to Oscar, no funny business in the first lap, aka because Lando qualified ahead of Oscar, aka Lando finishes the first lap ahead of you. That's what they said to him. It's on team radio. It was a big thing at the time.
Yeah.
And then Q Singapore.
Get to the
Oscar qualifies ahead of Lando. Oh yeah, you know what? How about
It's
you fucking
racing.
run into the back of Max Verstappen and you tap your teammate and almost put... And let's be fucking real. If that had been fucking, I don't know, Zhou Guanyu or someone, that fucking idiot would be in the wall.
Yeah, yeah.
He's lucky
Yeah,
that it's
exactly.
a driver that has enough poise and talent that was able to,
Relaxed enough
you know,
to,
and it
yeah.
wasn't a huge shunt. It wasn't, you know, it's not entirely that Lando's at fault. It's just that the double standards
Yeah.
are pretty
It's more
insane.
just what I've said it on comments today. They've done it to themselves. The reason why everyone's got the shits is because of what they've done.
100%.
Yeah.
It's not that the calls, like what happened between Lando and Oscar realistically doesn't friggin' matter. Like it was just a racing incident.
Yeah, and it wouldn't
Yeah.
it wouldn't normally matter. Normally, most people wouldn't bat an eyelid at that. They wouldn't
But
care.
it's because of how they've
But
played
due
this
to
game all
earlier-
season.
Exactly.
Earlier moves that they've made, it's
They've
just
created
ridiculous.
this 100%. So that's why I reckon
Yeah, well, just
You know?
like a few weeks ago when Lando mucked up that. Well, he didn't, but the team mucked up his pit stop and ended up behind Oscar, and they told him to change back.
because
That was so
Lando
stupid.
said that he could. We offered it to Lando, and Lando said, "No, you go first to protect him." It wasn't a fucking protect him.
Yeah.
Lando didn't give a shit what was happening with. Anyway, that's beside the point. We can't know what's going on in their heads, but
What you're
the team
saying is the reason that George Russell hasn't signed for Mercedes is because they're chasing Oscar.
fucking hope so.
Got
You know
Oscar
what?
out of that
Anywhere would be
papaya.
better. I think that McLaren, the advantage that they've had,
They
the
deserve to lose
mechanical-
their best driver.
Yeah, and the mechanical advantage that they have had the last 2 years seems to be slipping. Everyone else seems to be catching up now. And with more new regulations coming in 2027, 2026, 2027,
It'll be a big change in the car
I think
next
he
year.
could. I think he could make a switch, and I think it might be the right time.
Yeah.
He's obviously in a contract right now, though. But you know,
Yeah, he just
people have
extended
broken
this year,
contracts
didn't
before.
he?
He did, yeah,
Yeah.
But people have broken contracts before. And
Especially to go and drive for the Silver Arrow.
yeah, well, honestly, at this point, just get him away. And one of my friends was messaging me as it was happening, and he said, because I said, this is it, this is a turning point, I feel it, and I've got a really bad feeling that he's going to lose his championship because of what this team's doing. And he said, you just got to remember, like, Lando Norris could become world champion this year, but he's a one-time world champion. Oscar Piastri has
The
that
potential to be a
talent that he could be
multi-year.
a multi-time world champion, but that doesn't help me this year, does it?
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get it. If he stays in the McLaren, I don't think he's going to get it. I really don't.
I don't
like-
think he'll get beat this year.
Well, there's 6 races left, right?
Sorry, I'm saying as a multi-year
Yeah.
as a
He has to
multi-year
go somewhere
champion,
else.
I don't think McLaren could do it because of the bullshit that they go on
Yeah,
with.
100%.
Where you look at Max or Lewis, that whole team could see that Lewis was better or Max is better, and they moulded the team around that better driver.
Yeah, which is what you have to do.
Yeah. And clearly, like, Lando's good, but he's not Oscar. Like that's not an Aussie saying it.
No, he's
it's
just
clearly
not,
Oscar
doesn't have that pure
doesn't
talent.
get pushed.
Yep.
He's getting pushed
Yeah.
at the moment because he's getting pushed around. But traditionally, Oscar has been like a real cool, calm, collected bloke. Yeah, I think there's something going on in the background because he's getting cracks.
Yeah, 100%. And so then the as we see the results in the race, Lando did start behind Oscar. Kimi Antonelli was between the two of them, but then he finished ahead of him in 3rd place. George Russell finally took the win
Yeah, it was
in
good
Singapore,
to see.
which was
that
nice
was actually
for
really
him.
good to see.
Yeah, it was a good full circle moment for him after 2 years ago. And then Max in 2nd, so Max still hanging on to a championship potential there.
If Oscar gets beat for the championship, it better be.
Max,
But
Yeah.
Max, yeah.
please be Max.
But there's not enough. How many races left in the
6.
championship?
6. There
There's
is
not
enough.
enough.
It can be done.
There is, as long as
How far is he
Oscar
behind? 60 odd points.
More. I think 7.
More, is it? Oh, okay.
Isn't it as long as Oscar just keeps on running in the top 4? I think it is. He can keep hold of it. Oscar's got to like have stacks and
But
shit.
it
He's got a
depends
DNF.
because right now Oscar's only 22 points ahead of Lando right now. That's not much at all. That's 1 win. Oscar DNFs and Lando wins. Done.
That's out of it. Yeah.
Yep. So it's not that much. He needs to finish. If he can't finish first, he needs to finish in 2nd, right behind Lando, to make it work.
Okay. Yeah, that was.
Or
what
we
it
need
was.
Lando's inconsistency, which he has shown
Yeah.
to come back, and just he needs 1 or 2 little slip ups in the next 6 races.
He'll get flustered because Oscar will stay out of trouble and finish up his arse each run.
I hope he does.
So
Hopefully.
Lando's only slowly chipping away at the points, and he'll realise that it's getting too much, and he's not going to catch
Yeah,
him.
but if it comes down to an all or nothing in Abu Dhabi again, I don't think I can live through the trauma of 2021 again. So I don't know if I'll be able to watch. I don't know. Like, obviously I will, but it'll probably make me physically sick. I want it to be locked up before then, but
we're
going to
have to watch because we're going to be there.
No, I can't go. I've
You
just
have
booked
to if he's going to win.
I have booked my very, very expensive hospitality tickets to the Madrid Ring next year.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that has put me out of pocket more than what it would cost to go to Abu Dhabi and Australia next year, probably. So
Why'd you pick Madrid over Abu Dhabi?
because it's the first time, it's a brand new track.
Okay.
Looking like it's going to be a pretty boring track now that we've got the actual circuit layout. But I've got a girlfriend who lives in Madrid, so free accommodation, and
Oh, yeah, that helps.
another girlfriend that wants to go with me, and so we're just going to have a little 2-week Euro girls trip and
Oh, yeah.
finish it off at the Formula One.
I've seen movies
Sounds
like
like a
that.
perfect.
It don't turn out good.
do you look them up online? Or?
But yeah, so then finished off with Singapore, and the drama there for those that didn't play along was that Oscar finished his cool down lap, pulled in, and as Zach the fucking twat, as he started talking to Oscar over the radio, he did disconnect his radio and get out of the car. Look, that for me is 50-50. He does have a job to do and fucking places to be. He does need to turn the car off once he gets into Parc Ferme and disconnect his wheel, get out,
Yeah.
reconnect, right? So Zach probably should have had that conversation with him while he was on his cool down lap.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee he fucking had the conversation with Lando while he was on the cool down lap.
Yeah, we would have
And then
been
Oscar as the second.
Patton, Lando.
Yep. So he's then come into Oscar over a minute after he's spoken to Lando, and it's too late. So you fucking get what you get. That was quite entertaining if you go listen to the onboard. It just
Oh, yeah.
disconnects. He's,
Yeah.
Oscar, thank you so much for all your disconnect, which was great. But then that was followed by, all the podium celebrations happened for the winners, and then Lando managed to somehow get himself up on the podium with all of the McLaren team while Oscar was still in the media pen.
Yeah.
And they celebrated the constructors championship without Oscar.
The man
Which
that
is
got him there.
Pretty
Piss poor.
crazy. And there's rumours circulating that they offered to Oscar to come over, but he didn't want to. And I call bullshit because you get fined if you don't attend your interviews in the pen after your race.
Yep.
You have to. So you finish your race, you go and get weighed. You do all the legalities of the actual race that have to go through. So the weighing, the checking of the helmets, the weighing of the cars, all the shit that happens in Parc Ferme. Then they head straight to the media pen. They have to go directly to the media pen unless there's like a medical emergency.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they do. And so he was in the media pen, and while he's there, there's images of him waiting in line to talk to the next person, and he turns around and looks at the screen, and there's all of the McLaren team, fucking Zach Brown and Lando Norris up on the podium, spraying champagne, celebrating being the 2025 Drivers' Constructors Champions.
So how'd
And he's
Lando
not
get to
fucking
get out
there.
of the media pen?
Well, so
He'd
first,
already
second,
been
and
done.
third were on the
Costa was
podium.
on the podium.
Yeah, so they do an interview directly after the race,
Yep.
and then they go to their cool-down room and go to the podium, and then once they're finished podium, they get to then go to the pen.
Yeah,
So
okay.
it's just like a timing thing, but I don't know, you can't spin to me that Singapore wouldn't allow McLaren an extra 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Wouldn't take Oscar long.
Yeah.
You wrap it up, you do your interviews with your 5 different people. It's definitely not that long.
Yeah,
They couldn't wait.
yeah.
They couldn't wait to have him come up on stage, on podium, and he would have been fined had he left.
Yeah, yeah.
And, they're made out of money, so what does that matter? But it's the principle of that. This
Yeah.
is the system
This
that
is what
is
we've
followed.
got to do, yeah.
I think you'd struggle to find a situation where that's ever happened before.
That's pretty disappointing to see.
Yeah.
So, and that for me is a real turning point, and it's a real turning point online too. Everyone is ripping McLaren to shreds. People don't know what to do with the situation. The Lando fans fucking hate Oscar. The Oscar fans fucking hate Lando. Everyone can agree they hate McLaren in general. There's no McLaren fans anymore, I don't think. It's just a nightmare.
Yeah.
And here we are, being Australian,
And they
so
did
we're
it
just
to themselves.
disappointed.
You're not angry, you're just
Just
disappointed.
disappointed. No,
it'll
I'm
just
also
be.
a little
It'll
bit
make it
angry.
even more awesome when he does win.
God, I hope so. Like, you'll hear me from Sackville. You'll hear me, like, screaming at the TV at 2 a.m. when we're watching Abu Dhabi. Like,
We'll be there.
You'll be there.
Yeah, we're going. Last 2 rounds.
If it's on, if the fight's on,
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
that's when you're going to go.
Yep.
Mick's going to be our Abu Dhabi correspondent.
I was going to,
You on with Sammy and Matt? They're going to go if
I
it's
don't
on.
know. They probably would go.
They are going to go if it's on. They said
Yeah.
if it looks like there's a fight, they'll book tickets and they'll
Yeah.
go.
Well, you can do like the last two rounds because they're only a week apart.
Yeah.
And I got a bit of advice because I thought Qatar was only 6 hours drive. Well, that was the 2 circuits were only 6 hours drive separate. And from people that have been over there have told me do not drive there.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know that I'd
Get
do
on
that.
get on a plane because it's bad with all kinds of passport like visas and shit you got to have to go in between and whatever else. They said do not do that. Just get on a plane and go.
Yeah.
Because I thought if you had a week, 6.5 hours, whoop de do. You just
No, probably
Drive
wouldn't
there one day
would
and-
probably
It's more
wouldn't
just
drive
the-
on your own as a...
Just more the bullshit that can get involved around the corner.
yeah.
Yeah, well, I look forward to your correspondence for those 2 weeks.
Yeah, I probably won't go because I probably can't afford it. But
I'm just scared. Like
if someone
I would
wants to
be.
sponsor us a trip over there, I'm keen to take it.
Oh, look, if someone's throwing money, then we'll go.
Looks
I'm
like
not
we're
going
all
to say
going.
no to that, eh? But no, yeah, no, I couldn't. I literally couldn't deal with the heartbreak of it if I was there. It's you don't understand. I have fucking night terrors about that. About
We can hear
fucking
it. We can hear it
Max
in
and
your
Lewis.
voice.
It just brings back a lot. It's too soon. But anyway, no, by then he'll be locked in, won't he? Well, positive.
Yep.
He'll
Yeah.
be locked in. He'll have it in the bag by then. Very unlikely, but
Yeah,
possible.
Oscar's going to put it... Lando's going to put it in the wall. That's what he's going to do. And hopefully, like, Mr. Stroll does it or something like that, so it's no one gets in trouble. Just expected.
It's just expected.
They can take each
Yeah.
other out. I don't give a shit if that happens.
Yeah.
I don't care who needs to be involved.
Oscar could just keep
Anyone
taking him
but
out
Oscar.
every race from now on.
Well, see, this was
Well,
the
then
thing
then
with
then
Max,
Max
and
can
Lewis.
catch, I guess.
This is the thing with Max and Lewis too, though. They did say that, like, if you so much as touch each other in this, when it come to Abu Dhabi, and it was literally if Max finished, all he needed to do was Lewis not to finish, vice versa.
Yeah.
And they said if there's any funny business like that, you will not be given the championship straight away. We will go back. We will review.
Yeah, right.
So they will put stuff like that in place if it looks like it'll get like that. But I don't think it would. If it was Lando and Max, I could see fights like that happening. But I
yeah.
don't see that.
I can
sort
see a
stuff
lot of
coming
respect
from
between
Oscar.
Max and Oscar.
Yeah. Well, Max and Oscar are. Well, Max thought he got cut off by Lando during quali, and he come to the post-quali
Yeah,
interview
yeah, I've
and
seen
said,
that.
they said, who'd you have issues with? And
Not
Oscar was
Oscar.
next to him. He goes, not Oscar, a.k.a. Lando.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, so those two seem to get along. Yeah. So does Lando, seems to get along with Max most of the time as well. But anyway,
No,
we
we're
shall
just-
see.
We're just not a fan of Blando, that's all.
That's it. Lando Norris.
Yep. Yeah, no, bugger him.
So do you think
He's a
anything's...
Tom. Who cares about him?
Oh, all of Sky Sport.
Yeah.
I nearly had to turn the
Everybody.
volume
Oh, it's
off, hey.
bad, isn't it?
That was so bad on Sunday night. Like
Yeah.
listening to them after the incident, like
They
they
find
just did not
excuses for him.
shut up. It's
Yeah.
like just let it be. Like, it was hard to listen to.
Yeah, like we said before, if they weren't like they were, you wouldn't even care about that. That
Yeah.
is what it is. It's just shit happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway,
do we know anything that's going on with next year, like seat changes or anything like that?
no, there hasn't been a lot of.
No, I
there
haven't
hasn't
seen
been
or
a lot
heard
of the
anything.
silly season. Usually in the summer break, you start to get a lot of that, which is just gone.
Yeah.
You start to get a lot of the back and forth about what's going to go on, who's losing, who's gaining next season.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've got Sergio Perez and, oh my God, Valtteri Bottas
coming
are
back
obviously
with Cadillac.
returning for Cadillac, which is just a very iconic duo. They brought the sponsorship dollars in with that. That's what they've done.
Yeah,
They've got to
yeah.
get the team off the ground somehow, and
Yeah.
that's a success with those two with money.
And you heard about their test driver,
No.
Colton Herter from IndyCar?
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
I saw an article about this actually the other day.
that's a good news story because Colton was trying to get in for a while, so they've gotten him doing the F2 next year, and then Aussie Will Power goes and takes his seat. Oh, took over his seat. So Will Power goes to Andretti, and Colton goes to F1 or Formula.
Good movements for everybody.
Oh, it's a good team. Good
But-
shit.
It'll be good to see how they go. Usually, historically, that not very well.
Oh,
on
they'll
the
be
first
probably
season, but
nowhere the first couple of years,
Yeah.
but hey, it's still F1.
exactly. Got to start somewhere.
Yep.
Exactly.
But yeah, otherwise, not a lot. Like we mentioned, George is still looking for his locked-in contract from Mercedes.
Yeah.
He hasn't got that yet, but again, he just won on the weekend. I don't see them making a decision between George and Kimi. I see them picking both, to be honest. and
Yeah.
sticking it
Yeah,
out
look,
another
George
year.
has just been the consistent bloke in the background. Like he hasn't really set the world on fire, but he is there all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Kimmy's done pretty well too, like for a
he's
rookie.
been phenomenal. They definitely wouldn't get rid of Kimi.
Yeah.
If they were going to get rid of one, it wouldn't be Kimi.
Yeah, you wouldn't be risking him going
No,
somewhere else,
absolutely
would
not. Yeah. And then, I'm not too sure. Like, Ollie Behrman's looking a bit on thin ice. But what do you do in a fucking Haas?
That
Like,
bloke
what
shouldn't
else?
be in Formula One. He looks like he should be in school.
Yeah, he's a good driver. He's shown a lot of promise. I just don't think he can do much more with the car that he's got. Yuki might be on the way out because Honda's no longer with Red Bull from next year.
There is a story I heard over the weekend. Yuki is looking to take Fernando's seat.
Interesting, and that would make sense. I don't see him at Red Bull or Racing Bulls because
No.
once that Honda sponsorship's gone, that's
Yeah.
the money that's keeping him there. He's not a bad driver, obviously.
No, he proved himself in the Racing Bull,
Yes,
and then goes and jumps in the better car into shit
goes
box.
backwards. Yeah, 100%. So he looks like probably the only other one that we might. Well, be good to see him move and not just be dropped altogether because he's spent so long of his career
Yeah,
with Red Bull.
because
Yeah.
Aston's taking the Honda, like the Honda deal from Red Bull, because Red Bull's obviously given up they did give up the Honda deal, but only because Honda was walking away from F1, and then when they signed on the dotted line for Ford, Honda said, "Oh well, maybe we want to come back now,"
Yeah,
and then so they've gone and
they've
jumped
gone
in
and
with
jumped
Aston.
ship.
So they're
Yeah.
they're going to Aston next year. And so what do Aston use at the moment? Are they Ferrari engines or Mercedes engines? They're not setting the world on fire either way.
No, they're not.
Anyway. Yeah, so
I feel like-
Yuki's there's talk about Yuki jumping in Fernando Alonso's seat. Fernando
That
needs to
would make
step
sense
back.
if
Like
he
he's
retires.
going all right, but like let some
He's done
let some
pretty
young
good
blood
in
come
a
through.
shit box. He's done pretty
that's right.
good. But yeah, I don't know. I'm 50-50. Let some young ones come through. But they're all pretty fucking young now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like there's pretty much Fernando and Lewis, and the rest of them are in their 20s,
Yeah.
mid 20s at the latest.
Yeah, there's been a big culling.
Yes, there definitely has. So I'm like, hold on for a couple more years. I wouldn't hate to see him. I'd love to see him jump into another team just for fun. But
Fernando.
I don't think he will. Yeah.
No, you
And then
go and enjoy yourself.
Colapinto is probably the only other one that you'd be wanting to fuck off.
Crush Pinto.
Yeah.
Yeah, is pretty. I cannot believe that they never swapped them back.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
never
it's
gave
ridiculous.
Jack another go in there. So
Clearly,
whether
Jack wasn't able to bring enough money in. That's all.
100%, 100%. Yeah, so both of them still sitting down there with 0 points. Jack and Franco both on the same amount of points for
That-
the year.
That really does look bad on what's his name? That bloody is it
Oh, the
Bortoletto?
principal.
The bloke that got Colapinto in.
Yeah, I
Frank-
can't.
Anyway,
Just-
that dude. Anyway, so the dude that is running the Alpine team,
Mm.
he was really vouching for Colapinto, and that's why Doohan only got the 5 rounds. He really pushed for Colapinto to go in there, and then all of a sudden Colapinto's going in there crashing and
Flavio.
not Flavio. Oh, I can't remember his last name.
I can't pronounce it.
It's not Bortol-
Briatore.
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 Yep, Flavio Briatore. Yeah, so he was pumping up the other bloke's stakes, and it just hasn't done anything for him.
No, it's done nothing. And when you think about the fact that even the next is lowest is Ollie Behrman within his Haas, but he's on 18 points.
Yeah.
Last year we saw nothing like that. Last season people finished on 4, 5, 6. Like there was quite a few drivers that were under 10 points, and that's pretty standard. That bottom field,
Yep.
they sort of stay down there. But 18 points is not bad for a shit box.
Yeah.
But then there's Franco on none.
Yeah.
As the only, Franco and Jack both on none.
Yeah.
21 drivers this year. But yeah, so really disappointing to see that they never swapped that out. And I would say that surely he's on his way out at the end of the season.
Oh,
but
we'd hope
what
so.
does Jack do? Hopefully he picks up a reserve driver somewhere else.
I'd love to see Jack go Formula One. Formula One, IndyCar. I think Formula One is a very, very rich man's sport.
Yeah.
You got to have a whole heap of cash behind you to go and race it. And look at IndyCar. Look at how much fun they're having out there, living in America, having a heap of fun. These race cars that make a heap of noise. They're doing ovals. They're doing racetracks. They're doing street tracks.
Depends how much you want a world championship, I guess.
Well, are they really ever going to get a world championship in Alpine?
Yeah,
Well,
definitely not.
probably not in Alpine, but
It's all well and good to say you're an F1 driver, but like if you can have a better life and enjoy yourself, words are hard. What's his name? The bloke that pulled himself out of a burning car a couple of years ago.
Grosjean.
Yeah.
Roman Grosjean.
Romain Grosjean. He went across to IndyCar and had a ball.
Yeah.
He was having a blast,
He
and
put
he was
himself-
at front.
He actually got in an F1 car again for the first time.
Not long ago?
Yeah, a week or two ago.
Oh, really
Hopped
good.
in the car for a test drive in a house, I think it was.
Look, that's the sort of shit you
but
want to
yeah.
see. Where if he didn't jump in an IndyCar, he probably wouldn't have gotten his ass in the back of the seat.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, well, yeah, maybe he moves on to bigger and better things, or maybe he hangs around for another year or two, but I really hope it's not with Alpine. Like, I really hope he moves to a team that'll have some fucking respect. Like, the work that,
Yeah, which one's that?
he did, the work that he did for that team, the hours he put in the sim, he's a very technically minded driver, and he's done a lot of work in the background to support that team and the needs, so you'd hope he'd be picked up by someone else. It's actually kind of surprising that Cadillac didn't look into him.
Yeah,
Given that
I
they
think
need
Cadillac
that
would have been.
setup.
Yeah, but Cadillac would have been chasing the Charlie Ash. That's
Yeah.
that's what they would have been chasing.
even still, though, if you've got him on as a test driver or
They
like
can
you
have
say, just
multiple
doing
reserves
Test
and test
driver would be
drivers.
good.
Yeah.
the background stuff to feed Bottas and whatever his name is.
Yeah, like Gasly and Ocon credited their win, their first and second in, what was it last year? Was it Monza or Monaco, or it wasn't Monaco, but it was one of the.
They thank Jack for it.
They credited it to all the hours that Jack put in over that exact weekend. Like Jack put in 20 plus hours in the sim and doing stuff for them to make adjustments to the car to get better and better every single day, and then they
Yeah, right.
literally put it on him.
Yeah,
So he
a
obviously
new
knows
team
what he's
could deal
doing.
with something like that.
Right,
Yeah.
so maybe he's not the best driver, but
It doesn't
definitely
have
knows what
to
he's
be in
doing.
the car on the racetrack, but
Yeah.
the value that he could add to the team as a whole would be good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah. So
Yeah.
there we go. That's all things F1. That's a
Yeah.
lot of talking about a lot of F1 things, but we're all up to date. We're all
Yeah, you've
staying
caught
tuned,
us up.
and we're very excited to get Nudo's live from the ground updates for the last 2 rounds of the season.
if I manage to go.
Rightio.
All right.
Thank you very much, Chels.
Do you want to hang around, or you got somewhere to be?
What have I got to talk about next? Supercars.
We've got supercars coming up. Got a bit of
Bathurst.
Bathurst chat. Got to go into a bit of NASCAR. SVG got his got another checkered flag hanging out the top. Yeah, and then we hear from our Christian of the week.
I reckon you guys can stick to being the self-appointed experts on those, and I'll show myself the door. I would say I don't think I'd have got anything of value to add to those conversations,
Sounds
but
like
I'll
I
come
didn't
up with
sell it
something.
very well.
All right, no worries. Thanks for your time, Chels.
Thank you.
We'll get you back on sooner.
Yeah, or by the end of the season.
Yeah.
Or when I have a mental breakdown over Oscar Piastri.
No, you're going to
Nice.
come in with a big smile on your face next time.
I
Yeah.
hope so.
That's
I
what's
hope-
going to happen.
I hope that's why you're hearing from me, because he's
Yep.
done it. Wouldn't that be great?
Right,
All right.
have a good night, Chels. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Chels.
Catches.
All right, let's get into supercars. What do you got for supercars? Hayden?
Rightio. Well, as of recording, I didn't see this one coming. I don't think any of us saw this one coming. Nick Perkett has announced his retirement from supercars.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, so unfortunately, he obviously there's been a fair bit of talk about his seat being up for grabs at the end of this year. Obviously, he's decided instead of trying to chase another seat, he's decided to step away. He's got a fairly decent karting business going on.
Yeah, okay.
So I think he's He's probably just going to look at running a business and enjoying his life. He hasn't really been in the best seats his whole life.
Nah, I've always thought he wasn't a bad driver. He just never had the car.
Yeah, I rate him as a driver. I don't think he even had really the good car when he was racing against Chaz in Walkinshaw.
Yeah.
It was a bit unfortunate, but look, I can guarantee you, Nick's going to get himself a plum co-drive seat.
Yeah.
And he's gonna enjoy himself for two races a year, and be a family man and run a business after that.
Yeah.
I don't think it'd be that bad.
Nah, if he's already got that all set up, yeah. Probably just wants to relax and enjoy a bit.
Yeah, how dare he?
Yeah.
So as we know, Bathurst this weekend. When you guys are hearing this, obviously that'll be Friday, so a little bit of what we're talking about has already happened. But Travis Pastrana is now going to be driving for Hoonigan.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so there's been announced that he's going to be doing some demonstrations on Wednesday afternoon. It'll be filmed on site. Obviously, show a heap of shit going on around the track. And it'll go in a Hoonigan video later on.
Yeah, okay, that's cool.
That'll be pretty awesome, I reckon.
Has he been around the Bathurst track before? I suppose we'll find out when they do all the interviews and stuff on the weekend.
I'm pretty sure he's done a GT car there or something like that. Maybe I'm mixing that up with Rossi, but I'm pretty sure Travis has been to Bathurst before.
Yeah, okay.
Where
are you going to watch the race on the weekend?
I'm going to be racing at home because if you have a look beside me, I've got a work phone, which means
that fucking sucks. I'm
on call, so I'm not even drinking. All right, so cars hit the track on Thursday for practice, which will be like I'll be running it on the radio, but it'll be pretty. It's usually pretty boring. It's just a bit of something going on, so you keep it in the background. Friday's qualifying, so that locks in your from 11 through to 26. I think it's 26, 27 cars. I think there's 2 wild cards this year.
Yeah, okay.
And then Saturday we'll see. There'll be another couple of practice laps and stuff like that, and then we'll see top 10 shootout Saturday afternoon. That's usually the most exciting part of the weekend.
Yeah, I'm going to have to try and find a pub somewhere in the city, I think, to watch that, because we're taking the kids to the monster trucks at Accor Stadium on Saturday night.
Badly timed.
Well, it doesn't start till 6:30, so I figure if we head in early, we can find a pub somewhere, watch top 10 shootout.
Where's Accor Stadium close to? Is that
that's
next to
Homebush.
the SCG?
No, that's
Homebush. There'll be a pub there.
Yeah, there'll be somewhere.
Yep.
There'll be definitely somewhere to watch it.
Actually, if you go, this is when I went to Luke Combs, I was actually watching in the Bathurst 12 hour. There's a big sports bar on the corner. It's huge. There's like 3 levels.
Oh, yeah.
And you can watch a heap of racing there. So they usually have the car racing on the massive screen.
Whereabouts?
You know where the train station is?
Yeah.
So you got that road to the train station, head back towards the stadium.
Yep.
And so from the train station, you're looking at the stadium. It's on the right-hand side on the corner.
The locker room.
It's called Locker Room, is it?
Yep.
Yep, that's the one I'm talking about.
Yep.
Awesome venue to sink some tins. Well, schooners. So then you got on Sunday, I think it's 11:30 start, which is, I reckon, is a joke.
Yeah, that's
I reckon
bullshit.
It's way too late.
Yeah.
Everyone's way too drunk before then. So 1,000 kilometres of racing goodness on a hill that I didn't get to drive on.
Suck shit. No, I'm pretty keen for that. Normally, it's a bit of a shame that you're on call and Joel's in China, because normally we'd be watching it here at Joel's place. Joel sets it all up on TV. I've got a thing where I can get all the live timing and stuff up too, so we've got 2 screens going on in the shed, and
Yep.
yeah, it's a bit of a day. We get the barbecue out and cook ourselves a couple of steaks and shit for lunch, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love a good Bathurst party.
yeah.
We used to do it at Mum's place a fair bit. The whole family gets around and you watch it and jump at the pool and get drunk. And
Yeah, it's a good day.
so that means you'll be doing it at home?
I'm not sure. I think Dargle might be putting it on out there in the barn. So
Yeah, Dargle's got the... they've got a couple of food trucks. They've got Mrs. Whippy down there.
They had it all there last weekend as well for the rugby league grand final, and yeah, it was pretty cool. The atmosphere was all right. So yeah, I might, depending on what the missus has planned and stuff, I might go out there. If not, I'll be watching it at home on the projector in the media room.
Yeah, I was actually speaking to Jason about watching something on a big screen the other day. He said he went to Big Dub and got this bloody inflatable white screen.
Yeah,
It just stands up like a telly, but it's massive, and it comes with a projector as well.
yeah, righto.
So I reckon that's something that I need to invest in. I reckon that'd be awesome.
My one come with my house and it's fucking sick. I love it.
Yeah, I'd love a theatre room in my joint.
We watch heaps of stuff in there, eh?
Well, it's all concealed, so you can make a heap of noise in there, and if the rest of the family doesn't want to listen to your shit, you just close the door.
Yeah. Every time if I don't go to any of the boat racing or whatever, and it's getting live streamed, I put it on in there. Just keep
It's
poking
just
my
the
head
bit-
in and out during the day.
Yep. Yeah, just let it run.
Yeah.
Let it run and then come into it when you're ready. Right. So, what's your top three?
Top 3 Bathursts.
Yeah, don't worry about qualifying top 10. We'll end up spending too much time on it. Who do you reckon's going to come across the line on Sunday?
Well, I'm hoping it's someone that nobody else thinks of. Not one of the top guys, if you know what I mean. It's pretty hard to go past them. They've been there and done it. You know, the teams have been there and done it. You know, 888. They'd have to be favourites, I suppose. But I'd hope someone like maybe Nick Percat if he's retiring.
Yeah, Nick Percat's racing with Slade Dog.
The good thing is you never know what can happen at Bathurst. Like 1,000 k's is a fucking long way, and
It's a long way.
you only need a couple of bingles, and yeah, someone's up the front. I remember the year Chaz won it from last.
That was an awesome
They
race.
started last, never led a lap all day,
Yep.
and then led from Conrod straight at the end across the finish line. That was it.
It was bloody awesome. That was such a good such a good race to watch, and that was when Frosty won it the year before, I think it was. No, or did Frosty win it the year after?
No, I can't remember.
I think it was 2014. Chaz got it. 2015, Frosty got it, and there was 2 years in a row that it was just really, really good watching
yeah.
as a Ford fan. And then it's been pretty dismal since.
Kostecki goes all right at Bathurst too.
Yeah, it'll be good to see
I think he
Kostecki get on top of it.
I think he really likes that track. When he first come into the main game of supercars, I remember him, I think it was Lowndes he was having a good fight with for like 3 laps. He was like a lap down or something like that. But yeah, he was fighting with him and like passing him, and and ever since then I've thought he does really well around that track. So maybe him be up there as well. And I don't know, someone that's not normally up there.
Yeah, I agree. I'd like to see if it's not Todd Hazelwood and Brady Kostecki, I'd like to see someone random to get on top of it.
Yeah.
As you said, Percat.
Yeah.
Percat and Tim Slade, I reckon that'd be good to see. So I'm just gonna be boring and say DJR. It's not 10 Penske anymore. DJR. I reckon they'll get up.
Who's going to be the first retirement? You can bet on these things, and I usually do. I have a couple of little bets on the day.
I'm gonna vote the SCT Logistics car. I don't know why.
Fuck, we think alike.
You agree?
I
think just Jack Smith. I just don't. I
think
don't rate him.
I think last year he was the favourite.
The favourite for getting knocked out first.
Yeah. Actually, no, I could be wrong. It might have been Macaulay Jones.
Yeah, see, I don't think Macaulay's actually that bad. I think he's just not
Or maybe
exciting.
Macaulay was the first one out last year.
He may have been the
Yeah.
one that got knocked out, but I don't think he's that bad of a driver. I think he's just expected to be this top of the range driver, and he's in like the third car in a 4-car team.
Yeah. Oh, we'll go on a bit more about that next week once we
Yeah, we'll have
watch it all, and
have some better information. We'll know who
it'd be
won.
awesome.
Yeah. All right. So
Where to now?
Skim across to the Roval over in Charlotte for NASCAR.
Oh, yeah. I managed to watch sort of probably the last 15 laps of that, I reckon.
A little bit happened at the end there.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Tyler Reddick put it on pole. That's such a cool name. SVG in second. Ty Gibbs qualified third in the race. So the top three was SVG got the win, Kyle Larson got second, and Christopher Bell got third.
It's a damn shame their calendar doesn't line up. So this could have been the last one, so he'd still be in the playoffs.
Yeah, I know. It would have been awesome.
It's
Look,
pain, but
I
anyway.
honestly reckon that the trajectory that SVG's had, I reckon he'll be a lot further up in the playoffs next year.
Yeah.
I truly like. You've got to rate the bloke. Like,
Yeah, well, after his first top 10 last week, was it?
Yep.
In the ovals, and yeah, he's on the right.
Yeah, he's
right
on the right
trajectory.
path. But so the whole race, there was just mix-ups between Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell, and SVG.
Did you see him tapping each other at the
Yep.
end?
Awesome to see.
I loved all of that, eh?
Yep.
That's a good way to race. Like, okay, SVG, he did dive in a bit too hard on Kyle Larson
Yep.
in one of those corners.
He
but
didn't bin him though.
Nah.
They just kept on racing.
Yeah, and then Kyle just kept sort of running into him and shoving him out of the way and said, "No, you can't come past me like that. Do it properly. Do it cleanly." And then once he did go past him clean, he sort of cleared out.
Put
But
like 18 seconds on him.
well, Kyle did pit, and Bell pit as well. So I don't know why they must have run out of fuel or something, because they surely didn't need tyres with 7 laps to go or
Yeah,
something.
you wouldn't think so.
SVG was complaining about his right rear, I think it was. He said it feels like it's falling apart. The team just said, "Hang the fuck on."
Yeah, because it's going to fall apart at the end of this.
Yeah, but it was entertaining. Once he was sort of in front on his own, like I think it went out to 20 seconds or 21 seconds or something.
Yeah.
But they started reeling him into the end because he was obviously slowing down, making sure he wasn't
Cruising.
mucking shit up. But the best part was the fight for the final spot
Yeah.
in the top 8.
Yeah, that was good.
There was yeah, so Chastain's tyres must have been going off or something, using them a bit too long, and he was slowly dropping back and back and back, and then he needed to stay in front of Logano to get into the top 8. And he got passed by the 11 car. As Hamlin, Danny Hamlin. Yeah, he got passed by him, and that was going to cost him. So there must have been. I'm not too sure how the playoffs works, but he must have needed a couple of cars between him and Joey.
Yep.
So once Danny Hamlin got past, that was it. He was out. And Joey was
He
in.
had to get
Joey
past
didn't have to
Danny.
beat him, so he had to get back past Hamlin. And on the very last corner, he just come from nowhere. Like he would have been a couple of seconds behind, and he just hasn't braked coming into the last chicane. Just used Hamlin as the fucking brakes, rammed him, spun him around, but in the meantime, spun himself around. If he was lucky enough that he kept his car straight, it would have worked.
It would have been fine.
He would have got away with it. But because he spun himself around, it was like instant tyre smoke, because he banged it straight into reverse and was fucking crossing the finish line in reverse.
Joey Logano just got him though.
Yeah, he still didn't get the spot because Logano still ended up passing him driving forwards. But there was someone else that come across the line in reverse too, a bit
Yeah, it
further
was
up the
pretty
field.
bit of a common thing,
Yeah,
yeah.
I can't remember. Yeah, it's pretty funny because the finish line's like literally just after that
the
chicane.
corner, yeah.
So if you're sideways, there's no point trying to do the spin around and go forward again. You just jam her into
send it.
reverse and just smash your foot to the floor and smoke the tyres off going across the finish line.
Yeah, I loved that. That was such a good show.
I did see a good photo too with like at the finish line. You can see Logano's car going across forwards and Chastain's going in reverse, and they were like bugger all separated. There was a car width between them.
Unfortunately, Ross just missed out.
Yeah.
But that's good for Joey. Joey won the championship last year, and that keeps Joey in the race.
Yeah.
So realistically, like that gives.
Yeah,
Joey
he was
chance.
pretty pumped.
Yeah, he would have been over
after the
there.
race. Yeah.
Did you see Shane's tyres at the end of that race?
No, I didn't.
The
I've seen his
bastards were nearly
burnout.
walking off the rim.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I seen him do the burnout and then boot the rugby ball into the crowd as he does when he wins.
That's such a good show, though.
Yeah, It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I love that. Did you want to talk about a bit of MotoGP? A little bit went on.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch it, so yeah, I can't really make too many comments. But I do know Mark Marquez fell off and he's broken his collarbone, so he's not gonna make Australia, which is a shame. He's lucky he's already got the championship wrapped up. Although it does seem a little odd because there's been a lot of critics through the year saying, you know, Ducati won't fix Pecco's bike, won't make it better, so Mark's unchallenged for the championship or whatever. And it's just funny that I don't believe none of that shit anyway, but it is uncanny how once he wraps up the championship, Pecco's bike all of a sudden is on fire and he's winning races, and then Marquez just falls off and breaks his collarbone and probably won't race for the rest of the year.
It sort of works in Ducati's favour. Yeah. They don't even look like they've given him a rocket.
I think Bagnaia come off as well. I think he got hit by Alex. I don't know. I just seen one of Pecco's videos, and yeah, I think Alex might have overdone it a bit or something. And they had a little tap and both went into the dirt. But where Mark broke his collarbone in the gravel, there was a couple of riders complaining about there must be a step or something there to go into the gravel, and they reckon there shouldn't be a gravel trap there because it's really harsh, and they reckon that contributed to breaking his collarbone. So yeah, there's
a step in the gravel trap.
Yeah, like it must be as it goes off the gravel trap or something like that. But they reckon the gravel trap shouldn't even be there anyway. Like just a body, like a human body rolling along. They reckon it should just be tar. You'd slide across the tar and you'd be sweet.
Yeah, okay.
But the gravel, because it picks you up and flips you around and whatever, so you can't just slide across it. It's just, yeah, it's a bad choice. But whether they change that on an international race circuit or not, you probably wouldn't get to happen.
But shit, are they?
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, that's all I got because I didn't watch it.
So, do you know who won?
Nope, but I could quickly look that up because that's not real hard on the MotoGP app.
He has the technology.
Oh, I just turned it off. So the sprint race was won by Benzeki, and then
who's he race for?
He's the Aprilia.
Okay.
He's on an Aprilia. Alex Marquez ended up fourth. Where'd Miller end up? Miller's was 11th. So he got beat by his teammate.
Yeah, I keep forgetting he's in there. Like it's disappointing. I'd rather talk about an Aussie.
Yeah,
in most sports,
doing well. Yeah,
yeah.
That was the sprint race, and then in the actual GP, Aldeguer won. He's a rookie.
What's his name?
Furman Aldeguer.
Furman Aldeguer.
Yeah. So
It's a name.
He's a rookie this year. I think he was in Moto 2 last year, so he's made the step up. He's doing all right. Pedro Acosta was second. Same. And Alex Marquez was third.
Well, at least one Marquez gets on the podium.
Yeah, Miller was still in 14th in the GP as well, and still got beat by his teammate.
I forget that he's in there. It sucks.
Do you want to know a weird story about Miller's teammate? His name's Miguel Oliveira. He married his stepsister.
Stop it.
No, he did.
Stop it.
I think. So I'm not 100%. I'd have to do a bit of searching for this, but I'm pretty sure him and his missus met before the parents did.
Ah, rightio.
So I think it's one of those situations. Still, it's fucking weird.
Such a good story.
Anyway, that's your MotoGP news.
There's a MotoGP. We'll jump across a bit of Supercross. MXON at Ironman Raceway, which is at Crawfordsville, Indiana, in the States. Hayden Deegan was replaced last minute due to his collarbone. He's obviously obviously still knocked around a bit. I reckon he's just wanted to have the weekend off so we can go and hang out with Alan and Joy Smith from Dargle.
I reckon he knew he was going to get beat.
Yeah, no, I'm going to go with the Dargle story. Luke Harvey put up on Bookface on the HSG pit crew through the week.
Yeah, seen them on the live stream.
Yeah, they look good in their green and gold right next to the fence.
So Granny was saying there's about 70 Aussies that have gone over with them that are all like staying in the same area, and there's two big coaches of them
That'd be an
going
awesome
to
party.
the track every day to support the Aussies. It's pretty cool.
Many young'uns or more oldies or
I think it's a mix of both.
sweet.
A fair few oldies, but yeah. I think Joy is secretly really enjoying herself.
How dare that? All right, so this MXON, it's a little bit different to the other stuff. There's 3 main races on the Sunday: MXGP and MX2, MX2 and Open, and then MXGP and Open. So teams' performances across these races determine the final standings where their worst race result dropped.
Yep.
So I heard a heap of breakdown, but in the end, that top name, we've said that before.
Said it plenty of times.
Yeah, Hunter Lawrence from Australia. He's the top finisher in the combined MXGP and Open race. He had the best time, had the overall best time. In second, Eli Tomac, and in third, another Aussie, Jet Lawrence. So Lawrence boys kicking ass over there in
Pretty
States.
sure the Aussies won the whole thing, both the motocross stuff and the speedway stuff as well, with Brady Kurtz and that.
Yeah, I did see
And,
the speedway stuff there. I didn't actually
Yeah.
get the information. I forgot to put that down on the rundown. So I apologise.
Yeah, I can't
for
remember the
that.
3 riders. I think it was Holder, Kurtz. Can't remember the third one, which is bad. You should know that.
How dare you?
Yeah. Anyway, looks like everyone's having a good time over there.
Yeah, Aussies kicking ass in
And
the
we're winning.
States. Talking about Aussies kicking ass, mate of ours, Wayne Newby. He broke the record, the speed record on the quarter. Is it 8th mile that they're doing it?
I think it's 1,000 foot.
All right, so
1,000 foot.
Wayne Newby got 332 mile an hour.
I think that's his first time breaking the 330 mile per hour barrier.
That's a lot of speed, man.
Yeah.
That's a shitload of speed.
Yeah.
Then Damien Harris gets it. So as far as I know, Damien Harris actually had it before Wayne Newby. Is that right?
I think so. I'm not 100% sure. So I don't know whether Newby actually got the record or whether he just that's his personal best.
Okay.
Because I think Harris had it at 3:31, and then he did a 3:33 on the weekend.
Right.
I think, yeah.
Oh, well,
I think he done the. I'm
my
not
story
sure.
is that.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether Damien Harris got the ET record that weekend as well. I know he does have it, and it's 3.68 or something like that. So, yeah, I don't know whether he did that in the 3:33 run or not, but yeah, he holds both the ET and the mile per hour record, both in the same team, in the Rapisada team. So yeah,
Bloody cool.
Wayne seemed pretty stoked to do the 3:30 plus.
Yeah, he put a big post out thanking people on the.
I
on
think
the
he did.
place.
I think he did 4 good passes as well. No issues at all. A couple of consistent ones in. I think there was two 3.7s, which is pretty quick. Like I said, if Damien Harris has got the record at 3.68, and Newby's doing in the 3.7s consistently, that's you're right there. I think the bend must be a nice fast track or a
Brilliant.
good grippy track to get the speed down, because
Brand new venue.
yeah, I think all the records keep getting knocked off from that venue. So yeah,
I'm sure the Shahins would be pretty happy about that.
yeah. All right, we'll get into some questions. We got any questions this week, hey?
Yes.
Do we?
It seems the new app has well, it's not an app, it's a website. It's been making it a bit easier for everyone to put it through. So it's our second week in a row that we've got a question.
Play it.
So I'll send this across to Brendan Mason.
Hey fellas, how's going? Last week you were talking about the 105 class and what they may do once they all have to put cells in their boat, and potentially the unlimited unblown class coming back. which I don't think is a good idea considering this is just a displacement field. We have too many classes, not enough boats as it is. And we don't actually even have really classes written in the rule book. We just have deeds for trophies. Plus, the classes we have, they're basically identical. You know, your 95 and 105 class, they're identical class. Same with your 5 litre and 6 litre, they're identical. Should the APA step in and just create 4 classes or maybe even 3 classes, and that's what everyone runs, and if you want to bring in another class, you have to change what we already have. Nothing new comes in. So then we only stick with our 4 classes, or maybe even 3. So in my opinion, I'd probably go like a 90 mile an hour class. You can't put any more restriction on a race vehicle than a speed restriction. 5 litre class with a rev limiter, so you got 2 restrictions. You got your cubic inch and your rev limiter. Do it 7,500 RPM. You got small cubes, not a lot of power. Rev limiter, not a lot of revs, very reliable, cheap. You got then have the 6 litre class with no just cubic inch restriction. Maybe a rev limiter restriction that's higher than 8, maybe 9, 10,000 RPM rev limiter. And then your unlimited unrestricted class, which is an awesome class. You can have twin turbo big blocks up against a 23 degree small block, 18 foot boats, 20 foot boats. It's a great class. What do you think's the best option? Where should the APBA go in the future with the displacement classes? And what do you think's best? Cheers, cunts.
Yeah, I don't mind that way of thinking. He's kind of right. There's not enough boats to support sort of what we have. Every venue kind of struggles to get big fields. And when I say big fields, we want to have a couple of heats. The only class that's really doing it at the moment is sort of
The blowers.
Unlimited. So if you can get to every class having 3 to 4 heats before you make finals, that's obviously better. And yeah, the more classes you spread around, I guess people find it easier to compete in different classes because there's not as much competition sort of thing. So that's where they sort of move towards.
I do actually agree with all that.
I
think that's actually quite a good point, because I'd never sort of thought about how it could be brought back. I'm just so used to it all just being there's just this many classes and that's what it is.
Yeah.
Obviously the 105, the speed restricted classes came in because of the capsule rule that came in. So they sort of gave everyone that didn't have a capsule somewhere to race. And that's the only reason why
that was really only the 105 class. And in my opinion, it should have stayed as just that. You shouldn't have had all the slower speed bracket classes.
Yeah,
and I was talking to someone on the weekend and we had a pretty
snowball,
good conversation about it. The best racing that I did when I was younger, when I first got into the senior ranks of boats, I did it all in juniors as well, is handicaps, which, the speed restriction's kind of your modern day handicap, but it's not the same. It's not the same because everyone can still have a $1 million engine that accelerates like all shit, and everyone's got to have the same thing to catch that guy. Otherwise, if you can accelerate to your top speed that you're allowed as fast as possible, or faster than the guy next to you, he's not going to catch you, is he?
No.
Where handicaps, you could run any sized engine in any sized boat, and you do a time trial lap that gets timed, and then you all start at different times and you finish all together. I think that's the ultimate way to go racing, but it's a bit boring, that type of racing for spectators. So for your major days and stuff, you can't really do the handicaps. But I'm not a fan of your 75, 85 and 95. I think they should all, if they want to, I don't think they should be at spectaculars to start with, because I think it
is more of a club.
To me, it's not a race.
Well,
to me, a race is having the same shit as the bloke right next to you on the grid and being better than that guy. If he's got something better than you, you don't get a chance.
Yeah, as much as I do tend to agree with that statement, how much fun's unlimited, and everyone's got different shit. But when you look at the 95, it does promote better driving, because if you're driving like a dickhead and you're not able to use your bigger engine to shoot you down the track faster, you've actually got to be driving smooth and consistent around the corners as well as down the straight.
Well, I'd
I think
argue that they don't.
It should promote better driving.
I'd argue that they don't because if you've got a 410 engine compared to your 6 litre, which is only 360 or 366, that 410 should easily outdo a 6 litre boat. And a 6 litres are pushing mid 120. So if you're slowing that boat down to 105, that should be quite easy.
Yeah, and then you're holding it back to say 95 now. Well,
So
105 is going to be running
get
for the next couple
it's
of
got to
months.
get easier and easier. The slower you start going, the more power you have and don't use it, the easier it's going to become. In that, when you've got minimal power and you've got to use every last tenth of it, that's when you've got to be able to drive something.
Yeah, but you're not. You've got to be able to get it out of the corner. Like you can't just run someone down because you're still limited to the 95 or the 105.
Yeah, well, see, they probably don't. They accelerate kind of fast, but they're doing it with like really small gear ratio, so everything sort of slips, and it's definitely going to be easier. Unlimited's a different kettle of fish. I know everyone's got different shit there, but we're all making kind of similar power to weight ratios.
Yep.
Where in 95 and stuff, you don't have to do that. You know,
you can run what you got.
In unlimited, if you've got 1,000 horsepower in 1 ton, you got the same power to weight ratio that someone that's got 2,000 horsepower with 2 ton, which is your twin turbo big blocks in your 21 footers are getting close to your 2,000 2 ton compared to your 18 footers small block blown small blocks that make 1,000 1,100 horsepower in a 1 ton boat.
Yeah, it's a good.
So,
point,
but you kind of are similar, but and you have the same kind of rules. See, there's no rules in speed bracket classes. It's literally just don't go faster than that. Actually, there is a rule: you can't have a supercharger.
Yeah,
there's a couple other rules, but racing wise, it's bugger all.
Minimal rules.
Yeah.
So what do you reckon? It should be attacked at the APBA level to say bring it back down to your basic.
Well, like
classes?
I've said before, I'm happy to have all those classes, but there needs to be a clear distinction between where we're racing, like your spectaculars versus.
Yeah, you need to have your club. You need to have your club level, but
and your club level
racing.
boats, absolutely, they can race pretty much whatever class you want. If your club wants to make up some kind of class and run it, go. This is just my opinion. Obviously, this is not the APBA's way of doing it, but I would just say, if you, like Brendan said, you can have your 4 main classes. I kind of agree with him on some of the rules, like trying to put rev limiters and all that stuff in, but we don't have enough people to run the show as it is.
Yeah, you've got to get.
And the more rules you put, people have got to test it and check it. Like, I can't remember the last time I've seen an engine measured.
No, not at all.
I've never I've been racing for 30 years, been around a bit longer, and I've never seen fuel get tested. And some classes have fuel restrictions. I'll tell you what though, if I was lucky enough to have a quick boat and I won something, like I broke a speed record or something like that, I'd pull it up on the ramp and I'd say, I'm going to pull it apart right here, get me an engine measure so they can come and do it right now.
You'd actually pull the heads off it?
I wouldn't, 100% right there, because I wouldn't want someone saying, oh, he took it away to go get measured elsewhere. Fuck that. If I know my shit's legal, I'm pulling it apart right here, get me someone now that's going to measure it.
Yep.
Just to prove that nothing dodgy happened.
Yeah, last thing you want is to be sort of labelled as a cheater.
I wouldn't even pull it back to me pit area. I'll pull it to the top of the ramp and go, here we go, let's go.
Let's pull the heads off.
Yep.
Bit of a job.
Yeah. But see, like when he's only talking displacements there too, you can run the same course for outboards as well, which is why the AFPGP have done what it's done and running a class called Formula GP. So there's kind of 3 classes together that are allowed certain mods or whatever.
Yeah.
To all combine together, so they have a massive field of 20 boats.
You got races in races. It's no different to going to 12 hour or the
well, they don't even have races in races. It's just one big race, but so it's based off sort of a middle engine. So there's 3 different engines I think you can use. I don't know because I'm not a fucking outboard person. Joel would know more. The middle engine I think is like the Opti. So that it's sort of based around the Opti being standard. Leave that standard.
Yep, that's the base level.
They detune one of the 2.5 litres by putting. I don't think you can run EFI. I think you've got to have carburetors and whatever,
Yeah, okay.
and to bring them back to the Opti level. and the SST 120 engines, they're allowed a couple of extra mods to make them a bit more powerful to bring them up to the Opti. So they're all in the same race, and you can choose whatever engine combination you want to
you
go
got heaps
with.
of options.
Yeah, and they're all pretty similar. You know, good drivers are going to make any one of them, you know, sort of compete.
That's right.
and win. Which goes back to my statement of, you know, you want to have the same shit as the guy next to you and be better than that guy.
Yeah.
So if you've got equivalent stuff, yeah.
I seriously think, like, back in the day with the 6 litres, if you were the top 6 litre driver, you're one of the top drivers.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it still is that way.
Like, it's probably like the reason I'm sort of saying it like that. There was multiple heats, and like you're racing against a lot of different drivers. Yeah. And you had a heap of boats turn up, a heap of really good boats turn up. We say 3 or 4 heats of 6 litre boats, and you're the one that wins that final. You know, you're top driver.
Yeah, it's hard to make a 6 litre boat go fast.
So when they are fast, it's got a lot to do with the driver.
Yeah. In saying that, you know, there's a lot of other things to it as well, because they are so small and limited with like power and stuff. Everyone's gonna have sort of similar power, so you kind of do. It is a bit of a race to get the lightest boat, and you know, set it up the best so it's light on the water. It sits a lot off the water, so you get all the speed, and set them up so they sit nice. They don't have any bouncing or anything like, because obviously that all costs you speed. And the cornering of them as well. If you've got a manufacturer boat that doesn't corner as well as another one, where you kind of stuck, you've either got to do shitloads of mods to try and get it to corner as good, because you're only going to be as fast as they are. You're never going to be much faster in a straight line because you're restricted to your 6 litre. So yeah, there's kind of and which is why I think 6 litres started to maybe drop off, because pretty much unless you've got an 18-foot Evercraft with, you know, one of those NASCAR engines in it, or a really good, so you throw a whole heap of money at a fuel injected thing, you're sort of not going to be anywhere.
You're pushing shit uphill because you're racing against such good gear.
Yeah, like even those, like we were saying about the 410 engines in 105. I think you find if those guys put cockpits in their boat, those 410s will be nowhere against the 6 litres. They should be, but they won't be, because they haven't had the experience of driving something to try something that's not fast and trying to make it fast.
Yeah, it's like it's not cheating. It's definitely not cheating, but they're so used to having a cheater boat, and then all of a sudden they're using everything the boat's got. Yeah, it's actually not as good as they think it is. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm not saying I know, like that's what I'm saying.
5 litre was kind of the same too. Like I didn't spend a lot of time in 6 litre. I spent a lot of time in 5 litre. And yeah, that was hard work. I spent years getting, you know, I did end up winning a few races, but I was constantly chasing people, and the person changed over my career. So when I first got into 5 litre racing, we had to catch Pedro in jailbreak. Yep. And you know, we worked on it and finally got there and started beating him, and then he kind of retired, and another guy come in, and it was hostage. Yep, you know, and then I'm behind the 8 ball getting beaten by him all the time, and then we worked and got up and could beat him. Yep. And then Lindsay McMillan come along with his Mac and Speed one and was smoking us as well. And I, you know, worked as hard as I could to get back to that. I only ever beat him once, but you can even ask him. I'm the only boat that's ever beat that, whether it's had a 6 litre or a 5 litre in it.
Oh, really?
If it's finished races, I'm the only boat that's ever beat that boat.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, that to do that, you got to really know how to make something go fast that's not fast. Yeah, and it's all about driving it. Hard work. Anyway, we probably got a bit off topic on his questions, but what do you reckon with the classes and stuff? You like to limit them, you reckon?
I liked Brandon's suggestion, because it brings it all back to a small amount of classes, which will make more boats like that. Yeah. It'll
get more boats in less classes.
Into individual classes, yeah. So you've got 75 boats that entered the Winter Spectacular. Yeah. Well, if you break that down and actually have it so there's
Instead of having
say,
12
4
classes, you've got, yeah.
4 classes, you bring that to that. I mean, I know there was a lot of outboards in there as well, but if you just go with the displacements and instead of having the 95, the 105, the 5 litre, the 6 litre, then the 5 litre open was another one.
Yeah.
Or did they just run the 5 litre open?
I think they might have just run 5 litre open, and I think the KTs might have pulled out over the weekend.
Okay. So that's that. Then you got 6 litre and the unlimited. Like that's a lot of classes to run through. That's a fair bit of load on the club to be like. I know the club can run a massive event, but shit, you're just working everyone really hard.
Yeah, all the volunteers, you're working their rings out.
Yeah.
Like, they don't need to be on the water that long. Like, if you're not on the water that long, it doesn't really matter. If they get off early, I'm sure the rescue crews and stuff that are on water all day would be super appreciative if you was off the water at 2 o'clock.
Oh, I guarantee it's never going to be at 2 o'clock because we do love watching racing all day. But yeah, when we're pushing it to get the last race on at 5 o'clock, I guarantee you the club doesn't want to do that either. But when you just got so many classes that are entering,
yeah,
and they do want to make it so everyone can race.
I'm a massive fan of leaving a lot of classes at club days. Like I've said before, your spectaculars just run 4 or 5 classes over the weekend, depending on your club. Like obviously Windsor can punch out a fair few more races, so they might be able to run 5 or 6 classes. Where a club that can't do that, or is at the wrong time of year, like Dargle, for instance. Dargle's probably not too bad when the tide's right because they can use their out ramp.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of somewhere like maybe St George. St George is pretty hard to get boats in and out of a ramp at their spectacular days. If they just ran 3 or 4 classes, but put more races on for each one and jammed them all in together, I think you'd find the crowd would find that more entertaining.
Oh, as long as there's stuff going on the river, the crowd's happy. But yeah, like you want to have heats to go to something instead of just being
just a race,
a heat in a final.
Yeah.
When if you've got say 5 heats to get into the final, shit, that's awesome.
Yeah. Well, like the 6 litres at Windsor.
That brings it all down to
their very first race. They didn't run Saturday, which was their own choice, but their very first race was the Menace Cup. There's no warm-up race, there's no heat, there's no nothing. You just go straight out in that race, and the winner gets the big trophy.
Yeah, that's
shit.
It's disappointing.
Yeah, it shouldn't be like that.
It's how that weekend was an outlier.
Well, yeah, it was, and that's
It was good
that's
that went
probably
on.
a bit of an excuse, but
but I'm hearing what you're saying. Like you watch that race and there was no excitement coming up to it, was there?
No.
Where say you get
you haven't seen who's running good, who's not running good,
and you're not seeing a progression either. Like the unlimiteds, like the bad boats, you see that progression over the weekend. Everyone could blatantly see the progression of our boat over the weekend, and they could follow that. Yeah, we would nowhere. We didn't get into the AMA, but like everyone else can see the progression of these boats going through the heats, and it brings it up to a massive event for the final. Where if you just turn up and you go out and start the race and oh shit, that was a final. What final was that? Oh shit, that was the Menace Cup. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like it.
Yeah, there's no build up.
It just shows that the build up of those heats.
Yeah.
So if you have it so there's less classes and more heats because there's more boats in the one class, it gives that build up for the final.
Yeah.
Much more exciting. Anyway.
All right. Hopefully we answered that well enough for you.
All right. We'll jump across to Slim Down. Are you
Step it up, slim it down. It's the Garage Slim Down.
We're
That
going
was
to
a
weigh.
mistake.
We're going to weigh in this week.
I was going to say, do you want to still weigh in?
I don't know. I think the listeners probably like us to weigh in, but
Yeah, the long
Joel-
weekend blues.
Joel shits me because he gets off for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what he weighs in there.
No, we probably have to weigh in. Anyway, let's thank the sponsor, Chops Anodizing. If you want to make your aluminium parts look better, send
And
them
last
to
longer.
Chopper.
It looks bloody awesome. I
Yeah,
got
they do.
all that shit redone when we rebuilt the boat. Sent it all down to Chops. He's so easy to deal with,
Yeah, I'm going to pull apart my new gearbox and send it down there and get it all looking nice.
and everything's mint, and nothing's a problem.
Yep, easy as.
Yep.
All right.
Rightio.
You go weigh in. What do you reckon you're going to weigh this week?
I reckon I'm going to be disappointed.
Are you getting heavier or lighter?
I don't reckon I've moved.
I reckon I might be a little heavier than last week. What are you?
97.2, so I haven't moved at all.
Oh, 97.2.
I reckon if I didn't eat and I didn't drink anything, I reckon I'd be I'd be less a kilo.
You've lost a little bit because I was lighter than you last week. I don't think it was by much, but I was 97.6 last week, I think.
Yeah, so I have still lost a little bit.
Yeah, I had a shit week this week because I ate out pretty much every night of the week. You try to eat as healthy as you can, but when you're at the pub, there's yum shit, and everyone wants to have a beer, and it's very, very difficult.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I had
it
my
is.
sister-in-law's birthday on Wednesday, and then I had my wedding anniversary on Thursday. And we had no kids Friday, so we went out for dinner again. Then Saturday we took them out for dinner when we got the kids back, and then Sunday was the footy grand final.
Oh,
and then
look,
last night was the first night I cooked something at home. So
it's all enjoyable, and look, sometimes we've just got to realise that how much we enjoy food. That's why
Yeah.
we're fat.
all right, we'll see what I weigh.
Rightio. He's lightening himself up. He's just accidentally gone to the toilet. What do we got?
Exactly the same, 97.6.
97.6.
Actually, I'm quite happy with that. I'm happy with that because of the week I've had.
Rightio.
So
Well,
you're back under me now.
yeah. Well, let's see next week. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna.
This week's going to be hard as
I'm
well
not
with
gonna drink
Bathurst
anything
being on.
next week.
We say that, but it's very difficult.
Yeah. And even like water before a weigh in, like it's just dumb.
How many carbs is in one of your beers? Doesn't tell you. There's nothing on it.
It's low carb beer.
Yeah, it's low carb. What's
That's
low?
why I can get away with it. I've always thought about, like, if I'm going to buy like a soft drink or buy a beer, I'll buy a beer. And the missus will always say, look, why don't you just buy Coke Zero? I'm like, freaking beer is actually better for me than Coke Zero.
Well, there's no nutritional information on the can, but I've been drinking soda water when I have a drink and just putting a shot of vodka in each can.
Nah, I love that.
So my soda water's got zero nutritional value.
But it's also sending nothing to you.
Yeah. Yeah, which is why I went to that.
Yeah, look, it is what it is.
Anyway. Thanks for listening to that.
Yeah.
It'll get more exciting next week when Joel comes back because there'll be a lot more banter going on because Joel's going to be 3 figures.
Oh.
He won't be, but... No.
Talking about Joel, did you hear the little bit of an intro that...
Yes.
Yeah, so I've got a little bit here. This is what we were referring to. This is a bit of promotional thing from over in Marit Stromoy's team. Let's see. I've just tapped the. There we go.
Hi, I'm Joel from Sydney, Australia, and I'm one of the mechanics for Bartek.
So, do you reckon he knew how to say the driver's name, or
No, that's why he didn't say the last name.
poor bugger? Like I only reason I can say Marit Stromoy is because I've heard the name so often.
Yeah, people have told you and it's instilled in your brain.
Yeah, I can't even spell it. Like, I tried typing it on the computer and I couldn't even press the right buttons. I had to use my phone because I know how to hold my finger on the button.
Yeah. Oh, we can take the piss out of Joel and it's always funny.
Yeah, so that sort of runs into the HSG pit crew because that Tracy put in a little bit of a screenshot from that, and then that's where I found that
Yeah.
little piece of a tasty morsel.
There's a couple of Aussies working on her team. Or her Marit's and Bartek's team.
Yeah,
I think
had,
it's Marit's team, but yeah, Bartek's one of the drivers.
Who else was there? Craig Bales.
Yeah, Paul
Doggy.
Kirkby. Yeah.
Paul Kirby is Doggy.
Yep.
And then
How
there's
cool would
Joel.
it be to have an all-Australian team?
That's what actually, you know what? We didn't even mention anything about.
No, we didn't. We forgot. But it is all in the group.
Yeah, so there's been a fair bit going through on the weekend. And Grant Trask actually got a third place in the final in round the first China round. He was nowhere the last race, and it just shows the benefits of good gear.
Yeah.
As he's jumped in that Team Sweden boat, and mate, all weekend he was pushing Jonas.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was such a good thing to see, because I know the amount of effort that Grant and his family have put into going and doing this the World Series, and to see him on the podium there ripping his fake leg off and doing a leggy, not a shoey, I thought that was awesome.
Yeah. And Damon Cohen finishing inside the top 10, pretty cool.
He did. I think he got in ninth.
How awesome would it be, like I just said, if, you know, we had an Australian team, Grant and Damon driving, you had Craig and Paul, Joel, maybe like a Corey DeVal.
Corey does a bit, yeah.
Some other people working on all the boats and the engines. A team full of Australians over there. That would be pretty sick, eh?
Wouldn't it be interesting to see how much money it costs to do a round?
Oh, you know what? It'd cost a fortune. But I reckon if you showed how many Aussies are over there working in different teams and all the teams are doing kind of well, you'd get some kind of funding from the government. You'd have to.
Well, you'd hope so.
You'd have to.
And call
Get
it Team
funding
Australia.
to make a Team
Green
Australia.
and gold.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, so this week's been getting humbled in the HSG pit crew.
Yeah.
So much Aussie stuff going on overseas. It was bloody awesome.
Thanks for all your stuff in there.
Yep.
Get into meme of the week. You got one, Hayden?
Yeah, man, I've already sent that to you. Jump on that.
Here we go.
She looked across the bonnet and found herself staring at her husband, who was standing idly by watching.
No.
Brendan, who's a listener in Darwin.
Oh, yep. Oh, cool.
Said to say g'day.
Hey, Brendan.
Always text us because he's in Darwin. Of
course.
A lot of great listeners. And he sent a message from a paper over there. It's a warning to always wear underwear.
Oh, okay.
And it's an article. I sort of read it to you quickly. Always wear underwear in public, especially when working under your vehicle. This from the local paper comes the story of a Brisbane couple who drove their car to the shopping centre, only to have their car break down in the car park. The man told his wife to carry on with the shopping while he fixed the car. The wife returned later to see a small group of people near the car. On closer inspection, she saw a pair of hairy legs protruding from under the chassis. Unfortunately, although the man was in his shorts, his lack of underpants had turned his private parts, his penis, into a glaringly public one. Unable to stand the embarrassment, she dutifully stepped forward and quickly put her hand up his shorts and tucked everything back into place. Yeah. On regaining her feet, she looked across the bonnet and found herself staring at her husband, who was standing idly by watching. The mechanic, however, had to have 3 stitches in his forehead.
Good on you, Darwin.
How good is that story?
That reminds me of one I heard. It was about a truck driver. He was, getting a bit strange and had to, have his way with himself. And he was trying to work out where he was going to do it. And he's like, "Oh, the truck stopped. No,
hang on.
Around.
Getting a bit strange.
Yeah.
I don't reckon that's strange. That's pretty normal.
Yeah. So anyway, he's in the truck stop. And he's like, "Nah, I can't do it here." So he hops in the truck. And he's like, "Oh, I can't do it while I'm driving." And then he thought, you know what? I'll just pull over. I'll climb under the truck and I'll just act like I'm fixing the truck, and I'll do it under there. So anyway, he's pulled over in a no stopping zone on the side of the highway. He's climbed under, got himself all in position, shut his eyes as he does, because you like to imagine things while you're doing that. And he wakes up to someone tapping him while he's still going to town with his eyes closed. And someone said, "Oh, what's going on here, mate?" And he said, "Oh, nothing, mate. I'm just checking the engine on the truck, and the copper says, "Well, you want to check your fucking brakes too, because your truck rolled away 20 minutes ago."
Wouldn't that be a rough feeling?
A Darwin Award.
All right,
That's good.
I'll play you my one. Don't know how good this is. I saved it a little while ago.
Good excuse.
A bear is chasing a rabbit through the woods. Suddenly, they see a fairy tied to a tree. They both stop, look at the fairy, and decide to help her out. They go over to untie her. Thankful for being rescued, the fairy offers them each 3 wishes. The bear immediately shouts, "I wish I was the only male bear in the area. That's sure to get me some ladies." The rabbit thinks for a moment and says, "I've always wanted to be rich. Make me a millionaire." The bear, still thinking with his little head, says, "Actually, I want to be the only male bear in the country. All the ladies will want a piece of this." The rabbit doesn't take long for his next wish. Says he wants a brand new motorcycle along with some gear. The bear, the horny bugger, what that he is, decides that for his last wish, he might as well go big. What the hell? Make me the only male bear in the world. The fairy obliges and asks the rabbit what he would like his last wish to be. Rabbit puts on his gear, gets on his new bike, smirks and says, "I wish the bear was gay."
Wouldn't that be a rough life?
Poor old bear.
Not being gay. I don't judge anyone for being gay, but when you're not interested in what's in front of you and you can't get anything else, that'd be disappointing.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll wrap it up there. It's a bit of a long one, but that's probably because we had Chelsea on.
Yeah,
Good
we're
bit
also not sorry about
of,
that.
good bit of F1 info. Send your questions in with the new link again. Seems to be working. Rate, review, share, do all those things. If you want to send any links or anything through to us, you can do it on the High Speed Garage email, the highspeedgaragepodcast@gmail.com. And yeah, like, subscribe on all the socials as well, YouTube, Instagram and Facebook. All right, happy with that one, Aiden?
Have a good weekend and happy Bathurst Day.
Yeah, next week we'll have Joel back, maybe, if he's not
Maybe.
arrested. See you later.